students. Today we are going to discuss about the third chapter from physics, that is gravitation. So before going to learn about gravitation, see, already we have completed our second chapter, force. Okay, so generally what we have studied about force, anybody, if anybody we will talk, we will consider as it is moving. Okay, if any body is moving means some force is applied on that, then only one body can move, isn't it or not? So here from that we have considered that force is necessary to produce motion in a body. What is necessary to produce motion in a body? Force is necessary. Okay, if we are not applying force, the body will not move. Clear, children? Then when we are dropping any stone from a height, okay, automatically it falls down or not? When we are dropping a stone from certain height, automatically it reaches to ground or not? So nothing but it is moving towards the ground means nothing but one type of force is acting here on the stone from the earth. Because of that reason only the stone is falling on the ground. Okay, nothing but that force, the force whatever is attracting that stone towards it, that force is nothing but we will call it as gravitational force. What is that force? Gravitational force. So here the gravitational force, what exactly we want to say means the force with which the earth pulls the object. The force with which the earth pulls the objects towards it is called gravitational force. What is the gravitational force definition? The force with which the earth pulls the objects towards it is called gravitational force. Okay, or also we can call it as gravity of earth. What we will call it as? We can call it as gravitational force, or also in another way we can call it as gravity of earth. Okay, so here whatever means the gravitational force only responsible for holding the atmosphere, above the earth, even the rain falling to the earth, even the flow of water in the rivers. So for all these things, which force is responsible? Gravitational force only responsible. Okay, so here when we are talking about next topic is every object in the universe, attracts every other object. So when we drop any object, automatically it falls towards the earth, isn't it or not? So this means that the earth is attracting all the objects towards it, isn't it or not? So then Newton said what he said? He said that not only the earth attracts the other objects, in fact every object in the universe attracts every other object. For example, this pen and cap are there. Okay, even these objects also, okay, see here, if this is in rest position, even this pen and cap are there. Even these objects also attract each other. Okay, but that attraction force we are unable to see. Why? Because they are very small things. Their mass is very, 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 very small when we are comparing with the mass of the earth, isn't it or not? If we will consider earth mass, it is a huge, large mass earth is having or not? Yes, when we are comparing with the mass of earth, whatever object, even you compare 100 stories building or 200 stories building, even those things also will be considered very small in front of this earth or not. So that's why whenever any object is falling now, this small object cannot attract earth towards it, but as earth is very big one, this earth attracts all the objects towards it. Okay, so what Newton said, that every object in the universe attracts the every other object with some force, so the force which acts between two objects, that force we can call it as gravitational force. That force we'll call it as gravitational force. If the masses are small, okay, if the masses are small, so then gravitational force also will be small. Means whatever the gravitational force is, if the masses are very small, okay, two balls you have taken, they're of 1 kg, very small masses or not, see they're of 1 kg, so very small masses, so the gravitational force of acting between these two objects also very small. When you are considering 1 kg mass of ball and earth, if you are considering, see when you are comparing 1 kg mass of ball and earth is very big one or not in front of the ball? Yes, so automatically the earth attracts the ball towards it, isn't it or not? So what finally Newton said means every object will have the every object in the universe attracts other object with some force. Clear, children? Okay, then this is the main one in this chapter, that is universal law of gravitation. So Newton has given one law for gravitation. That law is universal law of gravitation. Clear? So let us see what is the universal law of gravitation. So let us see. Every body in the universe, attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So what is universal law of gravitation? See, every body in the universe, whatever body you consider in the universe, that body attracts every other body. Means if we are considering two objects, okay, so this object will always attracts other object. Even this object attracts this other object. So every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force. Means with some force it attracts. This object will attract this object by applying some force on it. Even this one also same thing. This one also applies some force to attract it. So here that force, how that force will be there? That force is with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses. So consider the mass of this first object is m1 and mass of second object is m2. So this whatever force is acting between these two objects, that force is always directly proportional to product of their masses. Product means we know multiplication, m1 into m2. So a force whatever is acting between the two objects, that one is directly proportional to product of their masses, and one more thing is there, and inversely proportional to the square of, inversely means downside it will come. So inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So consider the distance between the two objects is r. Okay, so it is square of the distance between them, so it will be r square. So when we are combining these two forms, so finally you will get that f is directly proportional to m1 m2 by r square. Clear? So if we want to remove this proportionality symbol, we have to put some constant there. So that constant is f is equal to g into m1 m2 by r square. So this g is nothing but we'll call it as universal gravitation constant. What it is? Universal gravitation constant. The value of this g does not depend upon the medium. Whatever this g value we are considering now, this one will not depend upon the medium. Only and even it does not depend even masses also. It does not depend upon masses and it does not depend upon the medium. Clear, children? So that is f value. What is that f value? F is equals to g m1 m2 by r square. Okay, then units. What are the units of g? For everything after knowing that one, we are finding out its units also, na? So first we will write what is g. G is equals to, let it be g this side only, and remaining all the things that side. So f will be as it is, this r square will go upside and m1 m2 will come downside. See here, g is equal, g as it is, I kept this side as it is, f r square by m1 m2. Okay, so then what will be the units? What will be the units of force? Force units Newton. Distance units meter, but it is distance square na, so meter square. What is the units of mass? Kg. But how many masses are there? 2 masses are there. So finally you will write that Newton meter square by kg square. So what are the units of g? Universal gravitation constant, Newton meter square by kg square, or you can write it as Newton meter square kg inverse square. So these are the units of the g. Okay, so then value. Okay, value. So after conducting so many experiments now, even the scientist has given us the value of g is 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. See, over they have taken 2 gold balls. Okay, so they have calculated the force. They have calculated their two gold balls they have taken, and by measuring the force in front in between those 2 balls, and after calculating those 2 balls force they have taken, now how much distance they kept they have considered, and mass also 1 kg they have taken. So masses they know, radius they have calculated, force also. So by like this, so many experiments they have conducted and finally concluded that the value of g is 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. Okay, children. So if you will consider that, if you will take mass m1 for example 1 kg and m2 also 1 kg. Okay, m1 also 1 kg, m2 also 1 kg, and consider that r is also, distance between those two is 1. Then what will be the g value? Tell me, or f value? F is equal to g into 1 square by 1 into 1. So finally you will get f is equal to g or not. So if any two objects are having 1 kg mass and radius distance between them is 1 meter, then in that cases universal gravitation constant will be equal to the force. Clear? So this is about the value and units of g. Okay children, if see that if objects are very small, the gravitational force between those two objects also will be small. If the one object is small and the other object is very large like earth, then the gravitational force of earth will be more on the small object. Clear children? So this is units and values. Okay, then next topic is, yes, Newton's third law we know na? Newton's third law. Newton's third law of motion. Actually, the Newton's third law of motion also holds good for the force of gravitation. This means when Earth exerts a force of attraction on Earth, and the objects also exerts an equal force on the Earth. Means if Earth is exerting gravitational force on the object, even the object also exerts the force on the same force but in the opposite direction. But here what happens actually, we know that second law, isn't it or not? What is Newton's second law? F is equal to m into a. Then a is equal to F by m or not? Yes, a is equal to F by m. So here you see, acceleration and mass are inversely proportional to each other. Means if any object is having small mass, okay, if any object is having small mass, then the whatever acceleration, for example, the mass of a stone is very small. We are considering this is a stone. The mass of stone is very small, due to which the gravitational force produces a large acceleration in it. Okay, means if an object is very small, whatever, for example, okay, consider one very thin person and one fat person. I am conducting one running race between these two people. Who will run very fastly? This person only will run very fastly or not? Why? Because his mass is very less. So as his mass is very less, he can run easily. Okay, so the acceleration will be more in this case when compared to this person. Like that, when we were considering one big object and one small object, the small mass objects always will have more acceleration. If mass is less, the acceleration will be, if it is less, the acceleration will be more. If mass is very high, then the acceleration will be less. Okay, so this is the relation between acceleration and mass. Okay, next one is free fall. This is all simple topic. What is free fall? Free fall means the falling of a body. Simply you can tell. What is free fall? Falling of a body from a height towards the earth under the gravitational force, of earth is called free fall. What is free fall? Falling of a body from a height towards the earth. Means if any object is falling from a certain height because of gravitational force, that fall only we will call it as free fall. Easy or not? So many things. If you leave anything, for example, this cap I am leaving, it is falling down or not? This pen I am leaving, this is falling down or not? So if anything is falling from a certain height because of gravitational force, that fall only we will call it as free fall. Okay children, so up to here you learn and make the notes in your copies. Read the lesson thoroughly. In next class we will continue after this. Okay, whatever topics are there after free fall, we will discuss about those topics. Okay children, thank you.